Thanks a lot. Good afternoon to everybody. My name is Brian Palo. I'm a General Secretary of South African Informal Traders Forum. We are simply calling this or directing this because of the call that was made by the Minister of Small Business on Tuesday. In solidarity with African Traders Organization and SANTRA, South African Informal Traders Forum decided to brief the media today and South Africa at large. We are very disappointed to learn that South African government again decided to exclude the informal sector to its program or programs that are set to assist businesses and South African at large during the 21-day shutdown or lockdown. After several attempts to find solutions with the Department of Small Business with no success, we had no choice but to approach our lawyers and give them an order to approach the court. The first order that we are expecting the court to rule on or to grant us is to make sure that the informal traders are given exemption to trade, or the Department of Small Business must include or consider a reasonable compensation during the lockdown period for our members. We fully understand and agree with the President for a lockdown. As law-abiding citizens, we urged our members to stay home as much as they can until further notice. We also trust that the department will consider our request and compensate the sector entirely, not only informal traders. For a way forward, we said before that we instructed our lawyers to go to court. Actually, because of the strict rules that are out there, we've got papers here. We served the lawyer. The papers are served during today. So we are waiting for a response from the court about this matter. We are hoping that it will respond before the end of the day today. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matron Mhlanga. I'm the General Secretary of African Traders Organization. I would like to say to our government, we are really much disappointed today about the lockdown. Not exactly about the lockdown, but about the way the small businesses are handling things. We thought that we belong to the informal sector as traders, but we feel that the government is continuing to undermine us as traders in the city or in South Africa at large, because whatever happens in South Africa, we are not consulted. And another thing, we are not included in anything, as much as we know that traders are the most vulnerable ones that were supposed to benefit in any funding that is at hand right now. But we are not included on that. And the minister has made it clear on the announcement on Tuesday that hawkers are excluded on the funding. So we really feel disappointed, and we want to know from the government, why always are we excluded from any benefit that our people are supposed to benefit from this government? And secondly, as people that we also represent for Ray National, we feel like our government is continuing to fuel xenophobic in our country, because a minister cannot sit and say that foreign nationals are excluded in whatever that is happening in this country, more special that now it's a lockdown. It's something that affects everyone that is in this country. They were supposed to benefit. As much as we know, our government is continuing to collect funds from even foreign national countries, but their people are not funded in this country, and we want the continent at large to know that our government continue to undermine the rights of foreign nationals in this country, and they are the one fueling xenophobic attack, even though they will continue to say they are protecting foreign nationals in this country. But we feel that as informal sector, our foreign national brothers are not protected, because as the minister has mentioned, that your foreign national spaza shops need to remain closed in this lockdown, but only South African citizens' spaza shops will be open. And even the fund, you cannot apply when you are a foreign national business owner. This shows for sure that foreign nationals honestly are discriminated in this country, and our ministers, they need to teach us to love each other as Africa. We need to love our brothers. We need to continue to love each other and protect each other. And another thing, we feel much disappointed by the arrangement that our government made, because they never consulted us, knowing that informal sector or traders at large, it's a big sector where people, as we can see that the unemployment rate in this country is too high. Everyone now is doing business in the street for survival, and these people, they need to sell to eat. If they don't sell, they cannot eat. Yes, as street traders, leaders, we are supporting the lockdown, but we are still asking our government, how are those people going to survive in their houses? Yes, they are promising food parcels, but how sure are we that our members are going to be taken care of by the government, as they are saying? Because there were no proper arrangement made for those people to receive those food parcels. We were not consulted at all as leadership. We were not involved in anything. As my colleague said, that yesterday we went to small business department. We were taken from pillar to post, where we ended up going to Union Building. And even in Union Building, there was no one to assist us. We only met police, and they told us they cannot assist us on anything that we required. So we feel disappointed and we feel frustrated, and we don't know what to do. We are waiting. We are just now waiting for the response from our lawyers on the way forward, as the lockdown is starting this midnight. And another thing, we feel that the way the government is pushing things concerning informal trader, they have propaganda against us, because they have put that they will respond on Friday, knowing very well that that Friday is a lockdown. Even if we needed to respond, we won't be able to leave our houses to be able to engage the government until we made sure that our people are taken care of. They keep on postponing the answers that we have, like, ask them what is the way forward on this. They can't respond, even up to so far. They promised tomorrow, which we know our government, they have done it in 2013. They will continue to do it. So I don't know if the government feels that for everything as an informal sector, we need to take them to court. This is what we don't know from our government. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everybody. And viewers at home, my name is Franklin Ene. I just wanted to add to what my colleagues have said. I'm the chairperson of African Traders Organization, and we look after the informal traders. As informal traders, we actually know that we are everyday people. We are everyday people. That includes the Mama Deb that is selling makunya by the corner. She believes, and she knows that every day she comes to sell, and the next day she has to sell again. Most of these people do not have savings and are not registered with UIF as they require, or other requirements that they do. So we are pleading with the government of South Africa, knowing that the lockdown is to save lives and contain the disease called coronavirus. We are not against it. We are not trying to fight them, but we are trying to solicit and fight for our own right and the right of the people that we represent here. Because these people are very vulnerable. Think about a mama that sells tomato there by the corner, who every day will go to stock by City Deep or anywhere. They are not registered with UIF, and they don't have those savings to take them along for the next 21 days lockdown that the country requires to curb this virus. So we are pleading with the small business enterprise to look at a way to actually be able to include them, no matter how little it is, whatever they can be able to get to sustain them throughout this lockdown, we will so much appreciate it. So we are pleading with the government and the entire people of South Africa. The lockdown and this corona disease is real. We need to stay at home and focus on things that are very important and save our lives. Because if we don't move around with whatever, we don't know who is affected or affected by all these things right now. But I believe in the next 21 days, if you have this virus, it should have shown in your body. That is why the government is locking down, so that people to curb the transmission. So on this note, I'm still pleading with the government of South Africa and the small business enterprise to please look at our appeals and consider them. Thank you.
All right, and so we come out of that. Various organizations representing informal traders basically saying that they feel excluded from government's measures to assist businesses. Of course, they assisted small, medium businesses, but they feel excluded, and they're pleading with government to please assist. More news coming up for you after short.